You know, everybody who came up here before me, or several of the ventures, said, that's a hard act to follow. And for me, these are humble acts to follow. I look around and I'm in this room, as I see our pictures over on the TV, I realize this is a room I was never supposed to be in, and a place I never was allowed to come. And so I'm honored to be here, and thank you for the time to listen to me and our work. At 16, I was sentenced to life without parole, locked away in the Potosi Correctional Center, Missouri's highest security prison. Other than a few cursory programs, I had no formal education or self-betterment opportunities, even when a 2012 Supreme Court case made me eligible for parole. While I was incarcerated, I was so frustrated with the lack of access to learning programs that I took matters into my own hands. We started with this and these three, and so this was the learning program to begin with. The past few years, this is mostly what we've read. There's a couple others in here. There's a couple others in here. I began building a technology prototype to break down barriers to educational access. Having decades of lived experience with the problem, I found that my peers and I were uniquely qualified to design tools to solve the education disconnect. That is how Unlock Labs began, a nonprofit with a mission to make sure that people behind bars have access to education and rehabilitation programs. By empowering current and formerly incarcerated technologists to leverage their lived experience, Unlock Labs is building a better justice system from the inside out. My name is Jessica Hicklin. I'm the CTO and co-founder of Unlock Labs. And what you just saw was the first part of my story, the part that is a norm for millions of incarcerated individuals everywhere. I'm from the United States, a country that has 5% of the world's population, but 25% of the world's prisoners, a country that spends $87 billion a year on mass incarceration. In the United States, 3 out of 5 incarcerated adults are functionally illiterate. 7 out of 10 do not have a high school diploma, and less than 6% have access to higher education. As an unsurprising result, 83% of those released from prison will be rearrested within 10 years. This does not have to be a reality, though. Research shows that by increasing access to education, we can nearly eliminate the likelihood of rearrest. You know, I've experienced this problem firsthand. I left prison after 26 years without a single formal education experience. I was so frustrated by this lack of access to education that I took matters into my own hands. I taught myself to code without the internet, and with my peers built Unlock Ed. Unlock Ed is an open source, comprehensive digital education platform designed specifically for corrections environments, with a focus on creating data-driven solutions to mass incarceration. To illustrate, let's take the story of Damien. Damien, an incarcerated learner, for Damien, an incarcerated learner, our open source technology enables a multitude of opportunities. Through Unlock Ed, Damien accesses college courses from Washington University, vocational training programs from Pluralsight, anger management programs from his mental health provider, and basic computer literacy from Google. While Damien accesses education, Unlock Ed quietly gathers data in the background, enabling him to validate his education experiences to paroling authorities and future employers. When Damien returns to the community, existing parole tracking systems will gauge his reentry success. By correlating with Unlock Ed's data, justice professionals can then refine education offerings to achieve maximum effectiveness. But what truly makes Unlock Ed so unique is that Damien's experience is shaped by justice-involved technologists that are just like him, technologists who have a combined 2 centuries of experience living closest to the problem. We then partner these technologists with industry experts. For example, one of our team members has 15 years of experience leading engineering at Blackboard. Another one has successfully scaled multiple tech startups. Collectively, the Unlock Labs team has the experience necessary to make corrections evidence-based and data-driven. Through our unique approach, we can lean corrections back to its rehabilitative intent and reduce the prison population by 50% over the next 10 years. In the short term, we can have real impact today. By deploying Unlock Ed nationally, we can enable our nation's earned credit release laws that go largely underutilized. Through Unlock Ed, students can prove their program participation. These laws can be used to their fullest intent, and 350,000 individuals can be released immediately as a result. You know, I left prison 21 months ago, and now I'm part of the London School of Economics 100X Accelerator. The last time that happened, they made me cry, so. You know, my story is an anomaly, but it does not have to be. Unlock Labs has the opportunity to launch in 5 states next year. By taking this next step, we can prove out a national and even global model that can be replicated everywhere. Since getting out of prison in January of 2022, I have traveled around the country speaking to departments of corrections. I've been connecting with others who are formerly and currently incarcerated. I've received mentorship and am currently working with software developers from Google and Blackboard, all with the goal of creating an open source technology system adapted specifically for the correctional environment. We have been piloting this technology, learning what works while correcting what doesn't. I am determined to be part of the solution, but I can't do this alone. Help me build pathways back to successful reintegration to society, to the workforce. Together, we can prove that there is potential behind those walls, potential that deserves a second chance. We are currently raising $2 million to reach 5 states. From this philanthropy as catalyst model, we can prove to governments the cost and safety benefits of Unlock Lab solutions. Governments who will be willing to invest in that solution. I hope that you will join our community of supporters, and together, we can build a better justice system from the inside out. Thank you.